So hello guys, and welcome back to another video in our channel. So in this video today we're going to look at Brentford versus Chelsea. We're going to try and understand, try to tactically analyze and preview this game. So Chelsea will be traveling away at Brentford. Brentford have already beaten Chelsea once in the Premier League this season, a 2-0 win at the Stamford Bridge. So we need to do a background on Brentford. So Brentford have not been quite in an amazing run. They have just won 2 out of their last 12 games, and that is a very horrible record. But you know that Brentford usually have a great game against the likes of Chelsea, and their system and the way they play their game is a way in which really affects teams such as Chelsea. And you're going to try and see why. So the stats there are shocking because majority of Chelsea fans are quite scared seeing what they have seen there because Chelsea has this habit of always bringing teams back to form. So when you see the horrible form of Brentford, it's not a good game for Chelsea to play because of how outstanding Brentford are. We're going to talk about key players for Brentford, and we cannot talk about Brentford without talking about Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney is Brentford's most deadliest player. He's back fit, he's scoring goals. And he's also quite a physical number 9. So it's going to create a lot of problems, especially for Chelsea's back line. So Thomas Frank's philosophy of football is usually the English traditional football. Involves a lot of set pieces, trying to create a lot of set pieces from nothing, a lot of crosses, a lot of physicality, and going away to their stadium is going to be very difficult for Chelsea. So I will give you my predicted lineup that I believe that Pochettino should pick for this game. And I'm going to select the players that I think might be suited to play in this game, though it is going to be a tough game. So Petrovic retains his position in goal. Sanchez came in the FA Cup. We started to see some of the silly blunders that Sanchez plays. So it looks like the backline is much more composed when Petrovic is in goal. So I really go for Petrovic to retain his position as the number 1. Centre back will go with Disasi and Levi Colwill. They have looked great when they've played together. Last game, Colwill was not available, so I don't know if he'll be fit enough to start this game. But if he's available, he should start. I saw Thiago Silva in training. If Colwill is not fit, then play Thiago Silva. We can't have Chalobah and Disasi against Brentford because I don't think Chalobah is aerially dominant. Fullbacks position, Gusto and Ben Chilwell retain their position. Yeah, we really need Chilwell's aerial winning ability. We saw in the game against Liverpool how Chilwell really helped defending set pieces, and immediately he was taken off. Chelsea really suffered trying to win those aerial duels. Midfield, we're going to go with the double pivot of Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. They are also quite crucial. Both of them need to play together. They need to have a good game, because if they fail to have a good game, then Chelsea will really have trouble in the midfield areas. Though they played in midweek, they might look quite exhausted, but they should be well ready. The 3 men in front of them should be Palmer, Sterling, and Conor Gallagher. Gallagher's energy is required in this game, as well as his physicality. Palmer's creativity and Raheem Sterling's forward runs are highly needed, especially his dribbling ability when going against a lower block. And Jackson should lead the line because of his physicality. We really need a physical striker up front, somebody who's physical to outmuscle Brentford's defenders, as well as help Chelsea in the numerous set pieces that Brentford will be trying to create. So next we're going to look at the tactical analysis, but before we start, do not forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos like this. So we know very well that Chelsea will majority of the time just receive the ball because Brentford will not press high, but rather will sit in a 5-3-2 mid block, using their forwards to try and cover Caicedo and Enzo. So Caicedo should drop deeper so that he can allow the centre backs to spread out, and allow the wingers to play quite narrow close to Jackson. This will create space for the fullbacks to advance and pin Brentford's wingbacks deep. Conor Gallagher should also drop alongside Enzo Fernandez so that Chelsea can form a solid structure of a 3-2-5. And if Brentford decide to use their two midfielders to track Enzo and Gallagher, then Enzo can play layoff passes to Levi Colwill, or Raheem Sterling can as well drop deep, drawing a centre back out of position, with Ben Chilwell making those underlapping runs to try and receive the ball behind the opposition defense line. These are some of the ways in which Chelsea can try to implement their system. And we saw that Caicedo is now usually trying to drop in between the centre backs, which will be quite great for Chelsea. And in instances where Chelsea will be in settled possession against Brentford, they need to outnumber Brentford in the wide areas by having their fullbacks starting wide and their wingers starting quite narrow. And this can enable Chelsea to have numerical advantages in deeper position, with also the likes of Conor Gallagher pushing forward, making the opposition's midfield to drop deeper. Wide overloads will be quite important for Chelsea, especially down the right, with the Gusto, Palmer and Conor Gallagher looking to try and create those overloads, as well as Enzo Fernandez can choose when to push forward to create those wide overloads. Quick one-touch passes can ensure Gusto to be in a very good area where he can attempt crosses, where the likes of Sterling, Chilwell and Nicholas Jackson should be quite ready to immediately attack the box and look to try to beat Brentford. Now, in transitions, we know very well they'll be trying to look for Ivan Toney. So Caicedo should be quite ready to sweep up the second balls. And once they sweep up the second balls, they should be able to link up positively with Enzo Fernandez. Without possession, Chelsea should settle in rigid, I repeat again, rigid, narrow 4-4-2 block. And we know that very well that Brentford will be looking to try to create those spaces in the wide areas to cross in for the aerially dominant forwards. So the Chelsea wingers should be quite agile and ready to spring out to cover the wing backs, allowing Chelsea's back four to stay rigid so that they can at least try and track the runs of Ivan Toney. When they win the ball, they should be aggressive and quick enough to use their physicality and excellent link-up play to launch quick, rapid counter-attacks against Brentford. Now, Mauricio Pochettino is being faced with a lot of problems at Chelsea. And a reminder for you is that today is Mauricio Pochettino's birthday. So he will really need this win as a birthday present, or a loss can also be a very bad birthday for Pochettino. Pochettino is a man under scrutiny, especially from a lot of fans, questioning whether he is the right man to continue to take the club forward. And this is going to be a very tough game for Chelsea. I will not say it's going to be an easy game. Away at Brentford is not usually an easy game for anyone. What we expect is Brentford trying to create a lot of corners, set pieces, and try to outmuscle Chelsea. So we really need a very physical team on the pitch. If maybe Thiago Silva is starting, it will be great because he's also quite physical, and Disasi's physicality will be highly appreciated in this game. So drop your predictions on how you expect this game to go, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.